Hey guys, this I'm doing a video response to a YouTube user named Pastor Dowell, Dowell. That's his full name there, Pastor Dowell. And I came across one of his videos maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago where he was talking about guns and he had a AR-15, I think, and basically telling people, yeah, I'm a pastor, whatever. That don't mean nothing, You still got to protect yourself. You're still gonna need one of these in the near future. He's trying to wake people up. Um, which for me, not being too much of a religious guy, it's gone so far from what I thought religion should have been, or what I always thought of religion, that I just can't even get involved with it. But when I seen him, what he's doing, I'm listening to the guy. He's got some good points while, preaching the word or whatever. So I have to introduce Pastor Dowell appropriately first.
Shut the carpet!
Okay, now back on track. Little comedy there, if you remember Coming to America. Um, he just posted a video. That's what this response is to. Knife robbery, gun saves this man's life, bloodbath. It was very disturbing to watch some guy walk into a store, some stranger standing there, and the guy walks in, just slits his throat, keeps walking, goes behind the cash register to fight the clerk, stabs him in the head, or slices him in the head, stabs him in the stomach once or twice. He's bleeding. Another customer tries to help out. He goes after that customer with the knife, starts slashing at him, and then the cash register or owner guy, clerk, pulls out a gun. It looked like he only fired one shot. I couldn't really tell from the video, but whatever it was a good hit, because he went straight down and did not move after that. So I don't know. I don't even know where he hit him. It looked like maybe his chest or something, but I just couldn't tell. Anyways, the gun saved the guy's life. It saved the other guy who tried to help the clerk's life. Could have saved other people's lives, because the guy could have killed the clerk and then just stood there waiting for customers to come in, slitting throats as they came in. Who has? I have no idea. So once again, gun rights are a good thing. And you know the old saying, when seconds matter, the police are just minutes away. Call 911. Don't do anything. Call 911. Don't do anything. Call 911. And I think I heard Alex Jones ranting one time about, he may have been in a store one time, a restaurant, and someone started to choke, and I don't remember who it was, and someone went over to help, and everyone's like, no, don't touch him. Call 911. Call 911. The guy's choking on like food. So everyone's screaming, no, call 911. Okay, so call 911 and wait several minutes while the guy dies, suffocates to death, chokes on food and dies. Because can't get involved. We're trained to just let 911 handle this. Cops can come, police can come, whoever, fire department, they'll handle this. And I don't know if it was him or someone else just decided, didn't not even pay attention to these sheep, telling them to just call 911, and did the old Heimlich maneuver, saved the person's life, end of the story, saved the day, long before the paramedics could show up. So this is a prime example, this video he shows that I'm doing this video response to. And again, the title of it is, I'll link it in my YouTube, Knife robbery, gun saved this man's life, bloodbath. There's no sound to it, but it doesn't matter. You can see clearly what happens. It's pretty shocking and again amazing. It makes you feel good when you see him get blasted. Actually, you don't feel bad like, oh, a poor human being lost his life. You see what that guy was trying to do to people. I don't even know if he killed the guy he slit his throat. You can't tell because that guy's off the camera at that point. But he's just standing there. Man, it was just terrible. I hope the guy lived, but I don't know. So having said that, and seeing Pastor Dowell's other videos regarding his AR-15, his guns, why you should have them, will people think I'm weird if I have one of these guns or a gun? And I've decided, well, out of all these videos I've done on YouTube, I don't know if I've ever shown any of the weapons that I use for. I like to go shooting, target practice, go down to the range. I'm a guy, whatever. I like to shoot stuff, which in this case, down at the range, you're not really shooting anything besides paper targets. I had a friend that his brother-in-law was renting a farm that was like 100 acres, and they already had this massive like dugout ground area where you could just like drive down the steep, kind of a little bit of a steep thing for about 20 feet or 30 feet, and then you go down this little pit, and it's just like a wall, more than a semicircle wall of pure earth. You're not shooting through that. I don't care what kind of handgun, rifle, machine gun, whatever you got, is not going through it. It'll get stuck in that dirt, trust me, because it's going straight into earth. So it was really cool because we could bring bottles and just little things that, target stuff and lay down and snipe stuff, with the scope, not have to sit there and shoot a stupid paper target all day long. It gets kind of boring. So anyways, I want to show you some of the guns that I have and the reason why I bought more than you might think a person like me would need, because it's just me, my wife, and 3 small kids in an average size house, small house, whatever. Why do you need all those guns? Well, because remember, I've been doing research for years now, and I'm sure Pastor here is going to agree. The same stuff I probably have to say, he would pretty much agree. I'm trying to prepare people for what's coming. People aren't paying attention. They're not listening. Gold and silver are skyrocketing. I've been talking about this for years, unbelievably. Food prices going up. There will be food shortages, guaranteed. The sun, over the last several days, has done some crazy things. Many M-class flares, several X-class flares, all within days. The M-class flare that went off last night, and they showed some of the images of what it looked like off the sun from these satellites. I have got to tell you, it is probably the largest coronal mass ejection, or CME, that I have ever seen in my life. And I've studied these things, and I see these things for the past few years. It's come up in the research. And that's going to have a problem for us inhabitants of Earth. And the sheeple, or people, or even some of the awake people who didn't quite prepare enough, potentially, and something comes in that area, which happens to be your area where you're living, and oh shoot, all hell's broken loose. They can't transport goods. Something happened. Pipelines busted. Earthquake. Something, right? Now people are realizing very quickly, really quickly, within the matter of 2 or 3 days is all it's going to take. We're hungry. We can't have food. There's a problem here. Time to go searching for food. All of the wildlife will be shot and killed. You'll clean the deer and whatnot out, and even the hog problems that we're having all over the country, that'll be cleaned out in no time. Fishing, you'll fish the lakes and rivers dry. That happened in the Great Depression, by the way. They cleaned out everything in just like a matter of a week or two. So you're going to have to protect what you have, whether it's a little bit, a lot, or nothing. Because even if you have nothing, someone may end up coming to your house, or a group of people may come to your house to see what you got. They're not going to take your word for it, nor are they going to knock on your door to announce, hey, we're here to do an inspection. We're busting the door in. They will just come in your house. We've got weapons. We're coming in. We're going to check for ourselves if you guys got anything. And if you don't look skinny, like you're starved to death, they're going to know you got food, right? This is a worst case scenario, by the way. But it doesn't hurt to prepare, especially if you're paying attention to what the heck is going on in the world right now. You all may be, familiar with another pastor, Pastor Lindsey Williams, who's been calling the shots of the world scene for the past many years. Price of oil, conflict in the Middle East. He called the conflict in the Middle East in October of 2010 and said, my elitist oil executive retiree friend has told me they want a crisis to develop in the Middle East in 4 to 5 months from now. That was October. Boom. February comes. Right on the money. Crisis starts. Egypt, Tunisia, whatever, right? Starts to go out of control. Now they're heading towards Saudi Arabia and either tomorrow or the next day, the day of rage. Oil prices, he says, are going to $200 a barrel. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not next week. The original plan was for sometime in 2012, late 2012, for them to accomplish this. And then when he got back on the Alex Jones show, he said, I talked to him over the weekend. Can't really discuss it. He told me I can't really say this. And they're like, can you tell us anything? He said, I'm trying to hint to you. I'm trying to. And I listened to I rewinded it and everything, listened to it on YouTube, Alex Jones show. This was last week, I think. And I've gathered that what he is saying is you can forget the 2012 timeline of them doing this. They're trying to start it right now. We may have gas at $200 a barrel within days, weeks, months, this year possibly. That's the agenda that I gathered from him. So anyways, what is $200 a barrel oil going to do to you and your food supply? Even if the government is giving you a handout, and by the way, I did read the article today, 1/3 of Americans collecting any type of income, period, is income from the government, whether it be food stamps, welfare, or Medicaid, Social Security, something, and that's it. They're not having a job. 1/3, 1 out of 3 people is basically sucking off the rest of us, so to speak. That can't happen. That can't survive with our deficit. I mean, the whole thing's going to collapse. We all know that. So what is $200 a barrel oil going to do to you in your neighborhood and people who are poorer than you, who were getting the government handouts, maybe living in the ghetto, living in bad areas, or maybe not, because it doesn't matter. You'll have good people go bad immediately when they're starving, just as happened in Argentina with people in business suits and ties running down the street, starved to death, pissed off that their dollar collapsed during our 9/11, which was like kind of pushed under the rug for them because no one even knew about that. While we were dealing with 9/11, the world was focused on that. Argentina collapsed. Dollar went 3-1 overnight when they woke up. People in business suits and ties running down the street, setting cars on fire, flipping stuff over, down there with the people trying to get food and are pissed off at the government and they want revenge. That can happen in your neighborhood, in your house, maybe one that they choose. So, you need to protect yourself. Do you need an assault rifle? No. I mean, you don't. But it would be handy because it is rapid fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. They do hold 20 and 30 rounds of ammunition, sometimes much more than that if you get the right magazine for it or clip. Not that that really matters. But if some group of people were breaking into your house and you decided, I'm going to shoot some holes straight out of my roof right now to scare them away, because I don't want to shoot anybody, actually. I'm terrified and I don't want to get shot at. So before they even get into my house, I'm going to fire off 5 rapid fire shots from my assault rifle. Pop, 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 right in the air. Or maybe you decide to open your window, aim it up in the air, or aim it at the ground would probably be better in your grass, you know. Pop, 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 pop. They're going to hear that. They're going to, trust me, you're going to know the difference between a handgun and an assault rifle being shot rapid fire. They are going to turn around and get out of that neighborhood, much less the next house. They're gone. So you only have to shoot somebody. That's why it might be nice to have some type of assault rifle, because not only that, you can hunt with it as well. You can also hunt with it without even having a scope on it, technically. But a scope would be nice because you're going to be a lot more accurate, hit things a little further out than you normally would without a scope. But it's not necessary. You can get by and it will work. You know, you may want the AR-15. You may want an AK-47. You may want an AK-74, which is similar to an AR-15. Whatever. What I'm going to recommend, and this is pure opinion, I'm not some kind of tactical expert, but you're going to need to get your concealed weapons permit immediately. The state of Florida, because it went crazy for the last 2 years, prior to this year and basically last year, 2008, 2009, it went nuts. They couldn't keep up with the application. It took me several months to get mine. Now they have it to where you can walk into basically like a driver's license place, show them that you just went to your little course or whatever for the weekend. You walk out the same day basically with the concealed weapons permit. That doesn't allow you to conceal an assault rifle in a backpack on your back or something like that. If you had folding stock and different, shortened barrel, whatever. It does allow you for a handgun. So if you're out and about, as you'll see in this convenience store, boy, would it have been nice if one of these customers had a weapon on them. He would have maybe not even got as far as he did. But at least the clerk did. And if the clerk didn't, we probably won't be having this conversation right now. And it'd be another sad story. So it's good to have a handgun, concealed weapons permit, carry it on you. Get used to carrying it on you. Don't sometimes carry it on you like I'm guilty of all the time. I don't carry it on me that often. And I know I should, because I'm the one awake here, preaching to the choir. And I don't really carry mine. But I don't really go out that much, to tell you the truth. I go to work 2 miles away, come back, I'm not really out that much. But when I'm out at night, weekend or something, it's usually on me. So I would advise you to get a handgun and a concealed weapons permit if you can get one. If you're a felon or whatever, there's some reason you can't get it, but maybe you can have a handgun or something at your house, fine. It's better than nothing. For your house, I would really recommend a shotgun. Mossberg 500 or 590, I think, is one other one that they make. Cheap shotgun, works cheap as an inexpensive, $400 or $500 max. Nice shotgun. Another one, and the one that I've got, is a Remington 870 tactical version. The reason it's tactical version is because it has a stock like a rifle, so you can put it up against your shoulder, of course, and take the kick and aim, as well as a pistol grip, so you can put it below your shoulder and in between your armpit if you need to, a little closer range kind of thing. If someone's breaking into your house, maybe you don't have time to put it up there, whatever. I got a good deal on it at gunbroker.com. Had it shipped here, paid the transfer fee. It was real good. That's a good house, protection weapon. And again, you hear if someone's breaking your house and you just blast one shotgun shell into your dirt and out the window because you hear someone out in your front yard or front window, and you're scared to death. You don't even know who it is or what it is. You just want to scare them, and that's it. You blast that thing out on the floor of your backyard, the dirt, whatever. Trust me, a shotgun is very loud and has a very powerful concussion boom sound. They're gone. Again, the benefit of a shotgun is that it spreads. You can get a slug, which is a huge fat bullet, basically, but that's going to go through your house, through the guy you shot at, through your neighbor's house, and probably through the next house next to him before it stops. I'm serious. You don't really want that. You would like to have double-aught or 00 buckshot in it. It spreads. You just point it towards the person. You're going to hit some. I mean, they're going to get hit if they're breaking in your house. Now, again, let me say this too. I don't have my weapons because I plan on revolting against the government and I'm going to fight. That's not what this is about. Trust me, you're not going to be at that level. The level you'll be at way before that even comes, if that even comes, is going to be people problem, massive people stealing, you name it, police departments getting fired, not able to keep up with it, police departments entirely being disbanded as far as closed down. Okay, now the sheriff department covers the entire city and the county. You thought waiting 30 minutes before was bad, now you're waiting hours, that kind of thing. The bad guys will know this immediately, and they'll take advantage of it. So, anyways, I want to show you a few of these guns that I have. And part of the reason I got more than one, I don't need all these things, I don't have a lot, I have a few, is that my sister doesn't have any, and her husband. My dad, mom, they don't have any. I've told them, you need to get one, get at least a handgun, get these. Nah, yeah, okay. Nah, I'm not going to get one. So I have a feeling the day is going to come shortly where they need one, and it'll be to where the point they may not be able to go out and get one. And old Joe, Dr. Doom, whatever you want to call me, knew this years in advance, prepared years in advance, so I bought a few extra back then when they weren't even expensive as they are now. So I can give one to my brother-in-law, give one to my mom and dad, for being a bunch of bozos and not paying attention, especially my sister. Unbelievable. She won't listen to anything. Silver, 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 silver. Andrea, buy silver. It's $15. Andrea, it's $18. Andrea, it's $20. It's $22. It's $25. It's $27. It's $30. Buy. You've got to buy. Now it's $36. It's going to come back down. No, it won't. You don't know anything because you don't study anything. So don't tell me what you think you know based off of nothing. I mean, really, what do you know? Well, it's going to everything comes back down. Yeah, it may come back down to $200 an ounce when it's $600 or $700 an ounce. I'm telling you to get it now for $30, $36. So anyways, let me get on track here. This is it's a full-size handgun. It's not a shorty or a compact. And this is made by Smith & Wesson. It is a M&P 40. They make an M&P 40C, which stands for compact. The barrel's about this much shorter, and it's easier to conceal carry. This is a little bit shorter too. You can almost not even put your pinky on it as far as the compact one. And I actually had one before I had this, and that kind of bothered me. I mean, it was a good gun, but I just didn't like it. So I decided, let me see if I can conceal carry a full size, and it's actually quite easy. Most people don't because they're heavy, they're bulky, they poke you or whatever on the side. But man, I don't have a problem with this one at all. Fantastic gun. I was just at the range the other day with some friends, and shoots perfect. Great every time. This, and just for a comparison in size, this is an AK-47, and again, for people who think, oh, you can't own an AK-47, that's illegal. It's not fully automatic. They make them semi-automatic. They are completely legal, so don't give me any of that nonsense. This is an AK-47 magazine. Again, comparison in size to this handgun. And this, by the way, is the standard handgun magazine compared to the AK-47. And again, it's a 40 caliber. So this is the AK-47. This thing, which looks ridiculous in size, is actually a this holds shotgun shells, 3-inch shotgun shells. And it is a gun that is known as a Saiga. I think I pronounced that right. S-A-I-G-A 12. Saiga or Saiga 12. It is a semi-automatic assault rifle that looks like an AK-47. It's based off of an AK-47 frame. I'll have to turn this old girl sideways, I think. That top piece there is actually what they call a muzzle brake. It helps keep some of the kick down from shooting way up as it shoots. Because it's a rapid fire gun, you don't want your gun climbing as you pull the trigger. You want it to stay fairly straight so you can keep it, instead of going up as you pull the trigger fast. They'll climb. You get a muzzle brake and they're somewhat controllable at that point. So this is it. That's not actually a scope. It's just a sight, red light, green light, dot sight. This thing, I'm going to tell you right now, yeah, it's cool, right? It holds 12 rounds, I think, of shotgun shells with that big freaking magazine. But man, your shoulder's going to be hurting quickly, real quick. I'm not going to lie. It's gonna leave marks on your shoulder. The butt of that gun, the stock of that gun, you'll see the little indentions on your shoulder when you're done, as the little red blood vessels show up there. It doesn't hurt like, oh my god, I hurt my shoulder, but it's uncomfortable to sit there and shoot that with 3-inch slugs or whatever. And I usually, at the range, they don't let you shoot anything but slugs, so I can't shoot buckshot. I'm shooting these big, powerful ass, slugs. So that's just a gun I thought was cool. I wanted to get it. You don't need that for your house. I just wanted to show you this massive freaking magazine. It's crazy. It's just huge. This is the Remington that I was telling you about. Remington 870 Tactical. It also has a light here, green light, which, let me turn off this other light just to give you an idea of something. Now the only light you're seeing right now is actually from my monitor. Look at this, let's just see if I can see this. You can see how bright that is. I mean, it's a green laser light. And outside, I've taken the laser light outside just to point it to see what it looks like. And you can see, I mean, it looks like someone's doing a laser light show. That thing, more than anything, or the reason why I got that, is that, again, if you have to try to scare someone off, you really don't want to kill people. I mean, let's face it, I wouldn't want to have to kill somebody who, even though they're trying to break into my house, if I could help it. You see a laser being pointed in your direction, you know what that means. You're gonna leave. You may not even have to waste your bullet. They're gonna see that, they're gone. It's just a scare tactic basically. But it is also, I did sight it in a little bit, so I know if it's pointing on near somebody and I got buckshot, they're gonna get hit. And in the middle of the night, that's important that you can flip that on real quick and aim and shoot, just point and shoot basically. And again, this is pure protection. Pure protection, protecting your family, protecting your house, protecting your food, silver, whatever you got. And this last one, while as soon as you look at it, you say, oh, that's an AK-47. Not quite, actually. It's an AK-74 with a nice little hunting scope on it. And again, for the reason of the scope, you can hunt with it very easily. I don't plan on shooting people at 100 or 200 yards away. People always argue, oh, the AK, and well, let me finish first. It's an AK-74. It shoots a smaller round than the AK-47, but it is just as rugged and tough and will take a massive beating and keep on shooting. It is very similar to an AR-15 or a .223 round, so it can actually go hundreds of yards very accurately, and it's actually a little bit stronger than a .223. Doesn't really matter. Again, I don't or would advise anybody to try to shoot someone at 100 or 200 yards. You're going to still have to deal with law enforcement whether you like it or not, and you're not going to be able to prove, well, hey, they were coming to get my food. Sir, he was 150 yards away. You're going to tell us your life was in danger? Well, yeah, I knew he was coming to my house. How could you possibly know that? You live in a neighborhood. He could be going to any house. You're in deep trouble. So the argument of, oh, they are the AK versus the AR-15, whatever. It's irrelevant. Choose the gun that you like, get it for the reasons that you need to get it for, and that's that. And again, I got a muzzle brake on this one. Keeps the nose down. I've got a tripod, so you could lay down with it, And again, this would be a good reason to hunt. There's places I could go right now where I mean, 8-9 miles from here that I've actually seen deer, even though I'm in the freaking city. I've seen deer out there. There's watering places, And not to mention, if you're somewhere fishing and it's just, freaking world has gone to you know what? and you got one of these with you, and you need to go fishing somewhere to provide food or do something, man, it wouldn't be a bad idea to be able to shoot farther down just in case some other idiot or person who wants what you got is 100 yards out and they start shooting at you. How are you going to shoot back? And how are you going to get down that road that they're sitting there waiting for you to get down to get back to your house? Be nice to have something with a scope on it that could go down 100 or 200 yards. But again, I don't foresee this. I'm giving some pretty worst case scenarios here. But as I always tell people, if I'm right, you have everything to lose, and you will. You will lose. If I'm wrong, I have nothing to lose. And I could keep my guns. I could sell them. I like to go shoot at the range. I'll continue doing that. It's fun, legally, no problem. Need a couple bucks, sell one of my guns, no problem, not hurt. Don't need it anymore, right? My food storage that I've been working on, that I've been telling y'all about, I'll eat it. Have you seen the prices of food lately? You think they're done? Again, when gas and oil, $200 a barrel, where do you think food's going to go? You think it's going to just go up a little bit from where it's at now, and it's already getting outrageous? I just read the 6-point-something% inflation on food alone in the UK. They're driving people crazy right now. And that was like per year basis. It's getting worse over there, actually. So, anyways, I just wanted to do this video response to Pastor Dowell. Appreciate what he's doing on YouTube, waking the sheeple up. People are catching on. I was really shocked to see a, quote, pastor talking about the things he's talking about while being and considering himself a pastor. So I'm like, wow, this is the kind of guy I could hang out with. I could go to this guy's church, actually, and whatever's going on over there, I'd probably be okay. I'd be all right with it. Not this crap over here. I got this giant, massive Catholic church over here, Vatican, etc. And I'll tell y'all, I'll sit out there on Saturday, going down somewhere, taking the kids somewhere. I will look at this. A couple homeless people on the side there asking for help, food, whatever. And all these people out of that big, giant, expensive, huge Catholic church. I should do a video, by the way, as a matter of fact. I should do a video. I should actually go right now, get on the Apocalypse trike that I told you all about, the electric trike I built for the Apocalypse. Drive over there and show you the size of this church. But I don't think I'll do that right now. I probably should, though. But it's kind of irrelevant. The point is, nobody gave these people any food, any money, any water, any nothing. They kept going. They just got done giving that basket that was passed around 10, 5, 15, 20 bucks. Oh, we're tapped out. I feel good, though, because the church is going to give that money to the people who need it. Are they really? Are you sure? Because there was a church here in Tampa not too long ago. Husband and wife built it up. Nowhere it took off, blasted off. Lots of people coming, had to make huge renovations, bigger property. They were pulling in $5 million a year. Guess what kind of house they lived in, and guess what kind of cars they were driving. Something you would expect a rich and famous person full of money to have. And they got busted for some kind of swindling or something, I think, and that's how I found the story. So, but again, I don't think Pastor Dowell is running that kind of church. I can assure you that because I've listened to his videos and see the message he's given. So I wanted to give a video response to that, and at the same time, I guess this is kind of a video response to the video he did with when he showed his AR-15 or whatever he had over there. So anyways, that's it. Talk to you guys later.